Hey, I'm Casey. I'm glad you are watching the video. This video is about the Hermetic principle, the law of mentalism, that the entire universe and everything we know about it exists in mind. And the reason why that is important is we have a mind and we have access to the mind. And if we learn how to control this mind and we understand how it works, we can therefore change our entire reality. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. And if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Reality. You have the power to change your reality. Really, any aspect of your reality. You just need to learn how this world is set up. And there's certain laws and ways of being, thinking, doing, and acting. This is going to be an experiential talk. You can experience these laws that I'm going to explain in your reality on a daily basis. These laws, they were passed down verbally for a very long time. Then they were written down like a couple hundred years before year zero. So just over 2,000 years ago. Back in 1908, this mysterious person or thruple, I don't know what they were called the Three Initiates. They created a book called the Kybalion, and that is the most modernly published writing about these Hermetic principles, these foundations of how the world works. Okay, so number one is the all is mental. Capital A-L-L. What does that mean? That means the all is everything that you see, experience. This is all the way from the galaxies, the cosmos, down to our little planet, down to gas stations, bugs, and dirt, bodies, other humans. Everything is contained in the all, and nothing can be outside of the all. The all is everything. It also includes your internal world. What is your internal world? Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, the perceptions, the sensations that you feel. That is contained in the all as well. And what the law says is that everything is mental, which means that everything exists in mind. And nothing can exist outside of mind, and nothing can be created without mind. So let's just say that the all exists in the mind of God. Like this is all a dream in God's mind. Okay? And also, when it comes down to human beings who were created in the image of God, we have the ability to create, and nothing is created in this world without it first coming from the mind. You can experience this by just trying to do anything in the world without first thinking it first. The device that you're watching this on was first created in the mind of somebody. Somebody had the thought that this is what I'm going to create, and then took action and created it. The clothes you wear, the food you eat, everything was created from a thought in somebody's mind first. So if everything is created from the mind, it's pretty important to learn how the mind works. The mind works in certain ways and has its own set of rules. For instance, if you think positive thoughts, more positive thoughts come. If you've ever had a bad day and then thought of some gratitude, you can either stay in the negativity or you can flip it to a positive and continue to have a better day. Same with the negative. If you think negative thoughts, more negative thoughts will appear. So what that means is we get more of what we focus on. Just think about watching some horrific news and then how your day is set up the rest of the day. You're kind of in a negative pattern of thinking then. Everything is scary. You're hyper vigilant. You're expecting more bad things to happen. Same with on the positive. You get like really good news in the morning, or you start off your morning with gratitude that the sun came up and you have fresh water. That kind of sets the tone for the day, and that is how the mind works. So getting away from positive and negative, because that's pretty relative. If you think about something in your mind, the more probability it is to be created in your world. We have influence over what gets created in our world. And the more focus and emotion that we put into those thoughts, the more likely it is to be created in your outside reality. This is the difference between saying, I'm going to clean the house, which are just words with no passion behind them, no energy behind them. But when you say and you think and you add emotion, then you have conviction. I'm going to clean the house right now and I'm going to do a really good job. And I love when my house is beautiful and clean and organized. It makes me have a great feeling inside. See, one is just words, and one in and the other contains energy, intention, and momentum. That energy is what moves ideas from thoughts into reality. So thoughts plus emotion equal creation. I'm going to interrupt real quick. If you haven't liked this video yet and you're still watching it, please give it a like so more people can see it. More people can learn about these topics as well and expand consciousness globally. Back to the video. All right, now we're going to talk about focus and attention. So the number of thoughts we can have on a daily basis, let's just take it per hour, can vary widely. And that depends on how much focus and attention we have on our external world or internal world. So if your mind is pumping out 10,000 thoughts per hour, we consider that scattered. You have a scattered mind. So where our focus goes, our energy flows. When we have 10,000 thoughts an hour, we're focusing, our thoughts are spinning at a high rate. We're expending a lot of energy on a lot of different things, and not much is getting accomplished. Very hard to accomplish anything when we're thinking about how we're getting home, what we're having for lunch, the projects at work, the kids at school, worrying about grandma, worrying about the bills. We're going on vacation this weekend, all over the place, exhausting, not getting anything done. When our mind is calm and focused, maybe we have 1,000 hours or 1,000 thoughts per hour. So what I say, where our focus goes, our energy flows. So when our focus is down on just a few things, I'm working on this project and there's these tasks to do, and now I'm on task one, very focused, very calm. Our energy is all on task one. Task one gets done. Task two gets done. Task three gets done. Task four gets done. We're creating in our world on a very efficient level. Think about this like a laser beam or a magnifying glass with the sun. When our focus is on something, it can cut with the laser. When our focus is not on something, it cannot cut, right? Or when the sun light is not focused, it's just warm. When it's concentrated through the magnifying glass, it can burn holes in things. It can incinerate things. So that is the same power that we have with our attention and our focus. I want to call out where our focus goes, our energy flows. So to recap, everything happens in the mind. Everything happens in the mind before it is created in our outside world. Thoughts created in the mind produce more of those types of thoughts, and then we create thought momentum. The amount of thought focused on a certain task or object determines how much progress we make on that task or creation of that object. So next, the results. Take a look at the results. Look around at your life. Look at your bank account, look at your house, look at your emotional stability, look at your mental clarity, look at your relationships. These are the result of your mind. These are the result of the thoughts you're thinking. These are the result of your focus and attention. If you want to create change in your outside world or inside world, the Hermetic principle of the all is mental points to the source of change, and that is the mind, because everything stems from the mind. Okay, so how do we apply this? How do we apply this to our life? Okay, Casey, I get it. My thoughts are scattered. I have no focus. I have some things that I would like to change in my life. How do I go about doing that? Well, we'd have to think and take into account of how the mind works again, and that is, it's a thought machine. The mind is a thought machine. So if your mind is creating thoughts, that's good. That means your mind is working. Now the amount and quality of thoughts is up to you. You have control over that. And how do we change the amount and quality of our thoughts? One thing that is super important is meditation. When we meditate, we ignore the mind. When we ignore the mind quiets down. Okay, the mind only spins up and creates more thoughts because we are interacting with it. Will the mind ever be completely silent? No, it has perpetual momentum. It will always be creating thoughts. However, the mind can get sick, and the mind can get spun up like a machine and start creating tons of thoughts about things that don't matter. So when we sit in meditation, and meditation does not have to be sitting in a room with a candle in silence. It can be, and that's very beneficial, but taking moments out to be mindful about your life, about what you're thinking, what you're doing, where you're going, how you're acting, this is also meditation. Being aware of what's going on up here. Because when you're aware of what's going on up here and you have a bad thought, when you have awareness, you can notice the bad thought and replace it with a good one. Maybe it's a thought of fear, doubt, that you're not going to accomplish something, that something bad's going to happen. Cancel that thought. I'm always provided for. I'm divinely inspired. Everything's good is happening for me. Everything's always working out for me. This is how we create good momentum and positive thoughts moving forward. So along those same lines, the focus. Okay, what are you focusing on? What are you wanting to create in your life? Number one, on how we work on this, I highly suggest downloading the Insight Timer app. Insight Timer app is so beneficial. It has a timer on it. It has tons of guided meditations. It has tons of talks on it. A lot of it's free. You can subscribe and get more content. That's different challenges that you can join, groups you can join your friends on there. It's very useful for this kind of mind work. The other thing is to maintain focus on what you want to create. What do you want to be creating? Maybe it's number two is, what do you want to create? Maybe it's $5,000 a month income. Maybe it's $5,000 a month income. If you want to create $5,000 a month in income, and you have 10,000 thoughts per hour happening about 10,000 different things, how are you ever going to get to this goal? You're never going to get there. Now, if this goal, this thing that you want to create is your main focus, and you think about it often, and you have a list of tasks on how to get there, then the mind will, it's a thought machine, but it's also a goal achieving machine. Anything that where your focus goes, your energy flows. When you focus on this, these things start to happen. Now there's some other things that are in the mix, and those are called limiting beliefs, and we're not going to get into that in this video. And those limiting beliefs create self-sabotage and keep you stuck where you're at. I have other videos on that, on how to overcome that. But this is about the mind and the Hermetic principle that the all is mental. So when we focus on the goal, that's where our energy goes. And that's when we start knocking off the tasks at hand. So what is getting in the way of you achieving this? Is it the scrolling? Is it the streaming? Is it the focus on other people? Is it the self-doubt, the worry, what is it? Even if you have a short period of time per day that you can focus on this, over time, you will achieve this. All right, to sum up here. Sorry, little dude. When you gain control of the mind, and you start to create quality thoughts, and those quality thoughts are focused, quality thoughts, focused thoughts, mind. You can create any reality you desire. So work on these things. I'll leave you with that. I wish you well on your expansion of consciousness. See you in the next video.